Hello and welcome to DadPool's Discussions. I'm your host, DadPool, and welcome to DadPooloWeen. Today is day one, and the movie we're going to be talking about today is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1956 version. I know there's been a few remakes out there, but this version is something that I definitely watched during Halloween time, during the month of October. It's just a great film. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's a classic science fiction film that's directed by Don Siegel, and like I said, it came out in 1956. The story is set in a small fictional town of Santa Maria, California, where Dr. Miles Bennell, who is played by Kevin McCarthy, returns after attending a medical conference. He soon discovers that a growing number of the town's residents believe that their loved ones had been replaced by emotionless duplicates. When he investigates further, he uncovers a chilling conspiracy. Alien seed pods are producing these duplicates, indistinguishable from humans but devoid of emotion and individuality. The film follows Dr. Bennell's desperate attempts to escape the town and warn the world of his impending threat. Um, so if we don't know who Kevin McCarthy is, it's this guy right here. He played Dr. Miles Bennell. And one thing about this movie, that Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it kind of delves into a lot of different themes, um, including like conformity to normality, paranoia, and the loss of being, of being individuality. This invasion serves as a metaphor for the fear of losing one's identity and becoming part of a more conformist society. I thought it played very well throughout the film. It was definitely had a maddening effect on the way the actors portrayed themselves in every scene, and eventually what the outcome of the movie was. Um, like I said, it follows Dr. Bennell, his character, his desperate attempts to escape the town and to warn the world. I mean, the commentary of this film of the 1950s just adds depth to the narrative of the times. And the director Don Siegel, um, I mean, he's a thought provoking and suspenseful director. This film creates an atmosphere of tension and unease, aided by clever camera work and the lighting. Uh, the use of close-ups and shadowy scenes contributes to the growing sense of dread in the story as the story unfolds. Um, and you could see that from beginning to end. And definitely Kevin McCarthy delivers a remarkable performance as Dr. Miles Bennell. Uh, he captures that desperation and the fear of a man caught in just a nightmare, an unimaginable nightmare. So you had the supporting cast as well. You had Dana Winter and Carolyn Jones. They also perform exceptionally well in their roles, uh, portraying the transformation of ordinary people into emotionless pod people like it was nothing. It was just spot on acting. You couldn't. I mean, when they went from their human self to the pod self, it was just awesome transition, and just the way the acting was just spot on acting. Um, and talking about special effects for this movie, uh, obviously this movie was made in the 50s, so there are limitations to technology. Special effects, uh, relatively simple. by today's standards and by what today's CGI and special effects are. Um, but they're effective in conveying that eerie transformation of the humans into the pod people. And the use of practical effects, which is seems like it's a lost art today, even though it's kind of being brought back in a lot of these independent movies that we're seeing, independent horror films. Um, Although they do throw in a little bit of CGI, which if it's done right, it looks great. But if it's too over the top, it just makes the film look awful. No matter how good the story is, no matter how good the actors are, no matter how good the sound is, if those special effects are just over the top, too CGI and too computer generated, it just makes for a bad film. That's why I always say practical effects um, are the best way to convey a certain scene, especially in a movie like this, like the sci-fi movie like this. Um, this movie and its legacy has had a long lasting impact on the sci-fi genre, and it's like I said, it's been remade several times um, in 1978 and in 1993. The exploration of fear, paranoia, and conformity continues to resonate with audience and remains relevant in different cultural and political contexts. Um, so yeah, the statements of imposing fear and giving that message of fear. Obviously, 2023, it still happens today, just in different forms. But fear seems to drive everything. Um, Drives politics, it drives movies, it drives narratives, messages, whatever it may be. It just the fear is the one motivating factor, seems like, in our society today still. And this was, like I said, this was done in the 1950s. Um, so being way ahead of its time, almost predicting the future. That that the people that you know and see are not really the people you know and see. You think that they are one person because they present themselves a certain way, only to come to find out that when push comes to shove, they're not those people that they put out there, whether it be on a podcast, whether it be during, say, directing a film, or even just speaking and just being on social media. The it's almost like you're trying to conform to something because that's the way. I've always gone against the grain. I really I, I'm giving my opinion. I'm giving my thoughts in the film. If you guys agree with it, you guys agree. I don't want you guys to agree though. That's the thing. I'm not gonna tailor my review to everyone's liking. I want that conversation to chat in the comments. I want people to say, well, you know what, I watched this movie and I just didn't like it for this reason, that reason. Just don't say you don't like it. You don't even say you like it. Maybe give some reasons. And in this podcast, in this discussion forum, is not to conform. And that's why I picked this movie first, because I'm going to set the tone. I'm not conforming to what popular opinion is. Um, so, in conclusion, for Invasion of Bias Snatchers, as this is a timeless classic that still to this day captivates audiences with the way it tells a story, it's so suspenseful and thought provoking themes, which again are still going on today. Uh, Don Siegel's direction, the strong performances of the cast, and the film's enduring commentary on social conformity. It's a must see, whether you're a fan or not. It's a must see just to watch it and see how something that was made almost 70 years ago and the message still holds up. And you know the message still holds up if they're constantly doing remakes and reboots and sequels. Because no matter what period of time, whether it's the 50s, the 70s, the 90s, or now, that narrative is always going to be there. So the way this film tapped into deep-seated fears and anxieties is a true testament to how it endures and influences the genre today. So yeah, so again, we're talking about Invasions of the Body Snatchers. Again, this is day one of DadPooloWeen. I hope that you take and embark on this journey for the next 31 days. And again, check out the movies. These are some that maybe you've seen and maybe you need to revisit. Some maybe you haven't seen. And you can get a first impression and a first outlook on things. So yeah, definitely. Again, go in the description. Check out my links. Go drop follows. Again, every day for Halloween during October, DadPooloWeen, I will be posting just a brief synopsis review. Nothing, not a minute and a half. I'm not going to do a TikTok short or YouTube short. These are going to be about 10, 15-minute discussion, just a brief overview of the film, some of its actors, the plot, the themes, about the director, and how it holds up today. Thoughts on the genre, how it relates to the genre today. So yeah, if you like this content, if you like what this channel is going to be doing, we're also going to be doing something. We're going to do 25 days of Christmas horror coming up starting December 1st. And so I'm going to pick a holiday slasher or a holiday themed dark movie, because there's one movie on there that's not really a slasher, but it's got dark themes, and I think it's something you should be watching during the holiday season. But again, we'll touch on that December 1st. So I really hope that you stick around, turn on the notifications, like and sub, share it out. Go follow me on X, Twitter, on TikTok. It's DadPooL on everything. Again, the links are in the description. And I hope to see you here for day two. Day two is it's another classic movie, and I can't wait to give you my thoughts and brief descriptions about the movie. So thank you for taking some time out, check out this video. I know it's been a struggle lately. A lot's been going on, but I'm committed to this despite how I feel. I want to get this out. At least want to get it out in audio. I may not be on video or on camera now because of certain things, but I at least want to get you. I want to bring the DadPooloWeen that I posted and promised to you guys, because I feel like if you don't deliver for your community, then there's really no point in doing what you're doing. So I'm going to deliver on that, no matter how I feel. So I'm just glad that there's people that have been patient throughout this process and understand that things happen and are still there, and they're going to continue to be there for me. Much respect and love for them. And for the ones that don't, oh well, have fun trying to take over the world. It's not going to happen. People can see through the ruse and through the fakeness, and it's all good. And it's enough on that. But I will see you tomorrow for day two of DadPooLoween. Have a good night. Go watch a movie. Hug your family. Love you.